The RMS Titanic was a British passenger liner that tragically sank on its maiden voyage across the Atlantic Ocean. Known as one of the deadliest maritime disasters in history, the sinking of the Titanic on April 15, 1912, shocked the world and left a lasting legacy in popular culture. The Titanic was built by the White Star Line at the Harland and Wolff shipyard in Belfast, Northern Ireland. Designed to be the largest and most luxurious ship of its time, the Titanic was 882 feet long and weighed approximately 46,000 tons. It was equipped with the latest technology and was considered unsinkable due to its advanced safety features, including 16 watertight compartments. On April 10, 1912, the Titanic set sail from Southampton, England, bound for New York City. The ship carried approximately 2,224 passengers and crew members, including some of the wealthiest people of the time, as well as many immigrants seeking a new life in the United States. The ship's journey began smoothly, with stops in Cherbourg, France, and Queenstown, now Cove, Ireland, before heading out into the open Atlantic. However, on the night of April 14, 1912, disaster struck. Despite multiple warnings of icebergs in the area, the Titanic was traveling at high speed when it struck an iceberg at 11:40 p.m. The iceberg caused a series of gashes along the ship's starboard side, breaching 5 of the ship's watertight compartments. The damage was catastrophic, and it quickly became clear that the Titanic was doomed. As the ship began to sink, the crew and passengers faced a terrifying ordeal. There were only enough lifeboats on board to accommodate about half of the people on the ship, a fact that contributed significantly to the loss of life. The lifeboats were launched with varying degrees of success, with some being underfilled due to confusion and panic. The women and children first policy was enforced, meaning many men, including some of the ship's officers and crew, were left behind. At approximately 2:20 a.m. on April 15th, the Titanic broke apart and sank into the freezing waters of the North Atlantic. The sinking resulted in the deaths of more than 1,500 people, with only around 710 survivors. Those who did survive were rescued by the RMS Carpathia, which arrived at the scene several hours later. The sinking of the Titanic had a profound impact on the world. It led to significant changes in maritime laws and safety practices, including the requirement for sufficient lifeboats on passenger ships, and the establishment of the International Ice Patrol to monitor iceberg threats in the North Atlantic. The story of the Titanic has been immortalized in countless books, documentaries, and films, most notably James Cameron's 1997 blockbuster Titanic. The ship's legacy endures as a powerful reminder of the fragility of human life and the consequences of overconfidence in technology. Today, the wreck of the Titanic lies about 12,500 feet below the surface of the North Atlantic, where it was discovered in 1985. Despite the tragedy, the story of the Titanic continues to captivate people around the world, symbolizing both the grandeur and the hubris of the early 20th century.